Today, we're going to rebuild the Guardians, who have really struggled offensively this year, but I feel like their time might be coming. Like, they had a good year last year. On top of that, the AL Central is a pretty weak division as is. And when you look at this team, depending on what moves they make, this team could be a pretty good team for the future. I mean, when you look at it, it's young. Look at the starting pitchers. Espino, I know, is currently out for a whole calendar year, but Logan Allen's come up, Tanner Bybee's come up, Gavin Williams right around the corner. Relief pitching is all fairly young, even Class A. You've got catchers who I feel like this is kind of their biggest hole in the lineup right now. They do have Bo Naylor, but like Cam Gallagher went like almost 0 for 40 at one point. Zunino hasn't been much better either. First base, Naylor and Josh Bell. You know, you kind of know what you're getting with those two. Andres Jimenez at second base is young. J Ram at 30 is like one of the oldest players on the team. Tyler Freeman, 23. I know the hype around Noel has kind of died off after his tough start this year. The power is there. You just got to get the bat to the ball. Shortstop, Ahmed Rosario is a free agent at the end of the year. They still have Arias. They do have Brian Rocchio. We're going to call him Brian. But again, young players. Quan, 25. Valera, 22. And Oscar Gonzalez, who I know they sent down, but he's 25 as well. It's a young team. And that's why I say they may need just a little bit more in terms of some pop in the lineup. I feel like they could use a couple veterans in the team. And I feel like they could just kind of elevate the team a little bit more. But at the same time, with these prospects, these exciting young players, there's a lot to look forward to and be excited for the future. So with that being said, I feel like that's why I'm saying the Guardians could be a really good team in a couple seasons. You just kind of need a little bit of a retool. Today's video is sponsored by Factor. And Factor's been on the channel multiple months in a row now, and I just like working with them because their food's delicious. Summer's right around the corner, and I know a lot of you are busy. With Factor, skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleanup. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat it and enjoy. With 34 plus chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, there's always something new to try, plus you can round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons, including breakfast items like apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillets. They've also got some smoothies and some other like dessert bites that are really good. Today, I had the jalapeno chicken with the cauliflower grits were really, really good. It was a little spicy, so I will have to give you a little heads up on that one. Factor doesn't just have meat options, they have keto and calorie smart, they have a vegan plus veggie option, and they also do have a protein plus, so there's plenty of options for you for whatever kind of diet that you're adhering to. So if all these things sound great, head over to factor75.com or click the link in the description below and use code ANT50 for 50% off your first box. Again, that's factor75.com or the link in the description below and use code ANT50 for 50% off your first Factor box. And that's where I come in. So let's see how the season plays out. This is going to be the lineup for the season. We'll rock with Oscar Gonzalez for now. Actually, yeah, we'll rock with him. And then this is going to be our lineup versus lefties. I'm trying to get some of these young guys in. I'm going to see how things go. Currently, we have Espino, Allen, Bybee, and Gavin Williams all in AA, but they definitely will get called up fairly soon. So we'll see how the season goes, but I'm feeling pretty good about the team that we have. Alrighty, here's our first year draft. Honestly, it's not great in terms of like players that are probably going to feature. There just aren't any. I might feature. It's clearly not me because I can't grow a beard like that, but one can hope. But like this guy might. The hitting stats, they're kind of nice. He just sucks defensively. And then I think that's really about it. This draft was kind of a weird one. Like he was the third pick, I believe, second or third pick. This guy I could have. Ooh, no, this guy went before me too. There really weren't many options that I had because we had a later first round pick. So it was kind of tough to kind of judge who I wanted to go to. I looked at that guy. I'm glad I didn't take him because, wow, his potential's bad. But I'm trying to see if there was anybody else right off the top that he was a top 3 pick. Couldn't have gotten him. He went before me. I actually wanted him. But outside of that, there really aren't any picks that I'm like, yeah, I missed out on him because I looked at this guy, but I'm glad I didn't take him. That's really about it. Man, this draft class was kind of weak. I'm looking through all the names. I feel like potential-wise, we did fairly well, unless we wanted to be like the Rays and just take all the relievers, but that's kind of boring. So, Gio Pepper, that's an elite name. But we do have Orlando St. Louis, or we're going to call him St. Louis, from Ohio. Really good fielder at first base. I doubt he'll hit anything. I took him for the name. That was really about it. We've got Antonio Carmona with 95 potential. We've got myself with 76 potential, 86 overall, or 86 potential for Cannon, which I think this guy, he might feature just because of the hitting stats. 96 potential for Rod Davis, Mike Spalding, and then Robert Chow. So yeah, it was okay. All right, so we made it as a wild card team, 91 and 71. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see who finished. The Twins right above us, one game actually, and you can kind of see the rest of the division there. As a playoff picture, you got the Phillies and the Mets in the top right, and then that's really all I'm covering. So you can kind of see the rest. League leaders, Tristan McKenzie with most innings pitched. Won't happen in real life just because he's been injured. But let's see, Mike Trout and Pete Alonso MVPs. You've got Corbin Burns and Rodon, who definitely isn't getting a Cy Young this year, being out injured for who knows how long. Altuve and Bogarts, Bednar and Fairbanks, reliever of the year, and then rookie of the year goes to Gunnar Henderson, George Valera right behind him, and then Corbin Carroll on the NL side. So pitching rotation, I know I sent down Sandlin because he was struggling, and he only pitched 16 innings, so maybe I did kind of jump the gun just a little bit, but I feel like, who did I turn to? Eli Morgan, who was fairly good, and I also want to get these guys involved. I was just looking at their per nines and everything, and I just didn't want to rush them, right? I felt like with the team that we had, we were good enough to at least like get close to the postseason. And I feel like with Bybee and Logan Allen, we can kind of slow our roll a little bit. We don't need to rush it. And then where is Espino? As you can see, Espino's kind of working his way up. Same thing with Gavin Williams. So it's one of those things where like I'm not in any rush to like really move guys up or call them, like send them down or anything like that, unless they're doing like really bad. So you can kind of, let's just quickly run through it. Plesac, who I know in real life has been pretty atrocious, but I'm looking at this team going, we're going to have some pieces that we can move for maybe some offensive pieces, maybe some bullpen pieces, just because like pitching wise, we are really, really deep. We have so much depth, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. Like Curry had the worst ERA of our starters, but like look at the rest of them. Like everybody did really well. Savali had a 4 ERA, which, you know, it's not the best, but it's still serviceable. And I feel like we've got a pretty good squad in terms of depth pitching wise. I feel like we're good there. If we really need to, we could sign somebody, but I feel like we're looking pretty solid. Miles Straw with that on base percentage isn't bad. Arias, the OPS is good, but he only had 14 at bats. That was because he wasn't called up. So who did they send down? Brennan. Okay. Noel. You got Brian down here as well. Okay, all right. Bo Naylor got called up but didn't get an appearance, and then Tyler Freeman, not many appearances to really like kind of judge him on. Steven Kwan got on base. That's all I need from him. Ahmed Rosario was okay, but definitely a player I'm going to look to let go, and we'll just rock with one of our younger guys. J Ram doing J Ram things. Crazy season. Josh Bell, we've got him for one more season. I don't know. Andres Jimenez was good. Was really good. I'll take that. Oscar Gonzalez struggled for sure. Zunino, 31 home runs. Ooh, 31 home runs. Okay, all right. Josh Naylor was okay. He only really faced righties, and then George Valera was in that rookie of the year race, so good for him. I think looking at this team, we'll figure something out, because like I know Arias has been playing first base in real life along with like shortstop and right field. We might just maybe give him the keys to first base, and then Naylor can be the DH. That might be the plan. We'll figure something out. Let's get to the postseason. Let's see what happens. What are we gonna do against the Twins? We're gonna lose. Okay, we'll fall a little bit short this year. That's okay. We made the postseason. The Twins defeated the Braves. We lost to the World Series winner anyway, so it didn't matter. Okay, next up on the agenda, we're gonna let these three walk. I don't really have them in my plans moving forward, so we're good to go. And now I gotta make sure we don't lose like any of those pitchers, and we're gonna have a 40-man crunch. And realistically, looking at the team, like I'm considering Arias at first, right? Something like this, we go like Naylor here. We could trade Josh Bell if really need be, or he can just be a bench bat. What are we paying him? 16 mils, quite a bit, but it's better than him just being bad in the lineup for us. Next up, what do we have? A shortstop. Oh, we could sign a shortstop. I know we do have Brian. Which we could also, hear me out. We could also do a little action where maybe a little bit of Arias at third, Naylor at first, J-Ram moves to the DH as he ages, and then what we do is we still pick up a shortstop, Andres Jimenez at second, and we still need what am I missing? Shortstop and catcher, which is just going to be Bo Naylor. I think we let Bo Naylor get a shot. I think shortstop's still a possibility of a position that we could upgrade. Like, he looks okay, and I don't want to like block him out. But if like we're trying to win, you know, even with Tyler Freeman on the team too, I just feel like getting an elite shortstop would be like really, really good. And an Arias, we can either have him at third, we can have him at first. Yeah, I feel like maybe something like this is probably the best moving forward. And we just upgrade big time on the shortstop. But I think the shortstop market is pretty quiet this year. So what we could do is we go with like a Matt Chapman. I know the Guardians don't like to spend big, right? But like, I'm just saying, Matt Chapman might be an interesting pickup. I don't think I've really ever picked up Matt Chapman before, and that'd be kind of fun. We'll figure something out. He's in 2 technically, and like first season wasn't bad. We had some good players. We had some okay players. We're currently ranked 9th. And you're probably thinking, okay, you made a big move. Of course I made a big move because I'm trying to make this team better. But looking at the squad, this is what we're looking like. The only change is Reynaldo Lopez is in the bullpen, and we're going to see how that goes. That's really about it. You can kind of see where our farm prospects ranking our prospects, that's where our prospects are. They're there. And then this is what our starting rotation's looking like. One of these 4 are getting called up at some point. I just don't know when. Another player that I'm considering trading, Shane Bieber. And I know you're probably thinking, well, that's the Guardians ace. That's the big guy. Free agent. I don't know if the Guardians are going to pay him in real life. I feel like he could be a trade piece. Probably could get something pretty big in return. McKenzie's right there. Savale, Quantrill, potentially. Depends on how these 2 do. But we've got those 2, 3, 4 young guys that we can rely on to fill out the rest of the rotation. And I feel like this lineup is still kind of lacking, right? Like, I don't know if Josh Naylor's really the answer at first base. Josh Bell is definitely not. You know, I really don't want to make Arias a first baseman, but like if need be, that's what we'll do. I still feel like shortstop's a little bit of a question mark depending on how Brian develops. I need him to get into like the mid 60s this season, or at least get that contact versus right a little bit higher. We got to get it a little bit better. That's kind of what I'm looking for. You can see I brought in Chapman. It was a big deal, but realistically, J-Ram, fielding wise, isn't going to continue to be as good, and I felt like bringing in a really good defensive third baseman would help. Also kind of balances out the team a little bit because I had a lot of lefties. I felt like bringing in a big righty bat. And then, yeah, I feel like just looking at the team, it needs a little bit of time, and it just needs something, right? So we'll figure it out as we go. Is Steven Kwan going to be the answer in left field? Is Valera in center? Right field, is it going to be Gonzalez, or is he going to continue to give me some bad seasons? Because if he's going to continue to be bad, I'll get a new right fielder. So, I mean, we'll find out. We're a good team. We just need to be better. I know Zach Plesac. I'm going to show you these stats, and you're going to go, that's not Zach Plesac. Yeah, I'm looking at these stats going, yeah, I know that's not Zach Plesac in real life. Instead, I'm going to go to the Pirates, who have a plethora of prospects for the catching position in Henry Davis, Andy Rodriguez, and also Fernando Soriano. So I'm going to take one of them. I'm going to take Soriano, the youngest one, just because his hitting stats are the best out of them all. And Hunter Barco, who's a relief pitcher. I know, not the best of trades for the Pirates, but I'm going to take it. So that means one of these guys is getting called up. I might even trade another pitcher. And I don't want to get rid of Curry because he's pitching very, very well, but I'm afraid he's going to start to regress because he normally starts to regress around this point. And I feel like it's just best to kind of cash in while I can. But I'm looking at it. Actually, our depth isn't as good as I would have thought. I might hold on. To that. I really think that's about it. I don't really have much else to do because I'm actually really happy with the team. We're 75-32. I think I'm going to keep Shane Bieber. I mean, I'm looking at the team. I'm looking at the players that we have. I just think it makes a little bit more sense to get rid of guys like Savale, Quantrill, and then pay Bieber. And then that way we can kind of keep the rotation going where Logan Allen comes in, Tanner Bybee comes in, Gavin Williams comes in, and they kind of fill up these spots. And we've got these 2 guys holding down the 1-2 of the rotation. I think that's just the smarter move. I think that works the best. But with that being said, I think I need to open up a little bit of money if I'm going to do that. With Josh Bell coming off the books, probably not. I think we'll be okay. All right, so let's do a little quick contract negotiation. 5 years, we'll backload it. Maybe bump this down a little bit. Signs the deal. There we go. It was a lot of money. It was definitely a lot of money, but you know what? We got it done. So we won 110 games. Like, we're a crazy good team. The Padres are taking on the Giants. That's the matchup that I'm covering. But the Cubs versus the Cardinals. Okay, so we've got 2 division matchups in the wild card, and then Actually, the NLDS on the top half of the bracket is also going to be a division matchup. And then we're going to be taking on the Angels or the Twins. Okay, potentially a division matchup. Quantrill and Bieber, pretty good pitching wise. I'm pretty sure Quantrill's kind of struggling in real life, but you know what? For us, he's doing pretty well. J Ram RBIs, Quan batting average at 324, and J Ram with runs. Who had the best on base percentage? Judge with 402, and then Quan tied him with 402. Because I knew Quan was up there. Someone had to beat him, and 402 with Judge is kind of crazy. 415, 413, 411, 409. What? And he only hit 18 home runs. How many did Quan hit? 12 for 41 doubles. Dang. All right. Let's see what the awards are. Shane Bieber, Cy Young. MVP goes to J Ram, and batting title goes to Stephen Kwan. There we go. Judge didn't even make this list. What? Judge had a crazy season. That's insane. On the other side was Pete Alonso that won his second MVP. O'Neal Cruz in second place. Bueller and Bieber are the Cy Young winners. Kwan and Acuna batting title winners. Bednar and Michael King relievers of the year. I mean, Peter Fairbanks have a season. Really? I would have given it to Peter Fairbanks. He had a crazy season. Nico Holt, 3 A's. 3 A's in Rookie of the Year. And then Will Cantu won it for the Mets. Okay, so let's take a look at our pitching. Ooh, I got to fix that. All right, so here we go pitching-wise. Logan Allen came up, made 11 starts, and had a pretty decent season. I'm actually pretty happy with what he put up. And we also had Tanner Bybee come up, had 0 starts, pitched 20 innings. Struggled a little bit, though. And then also Curry pitched, and he was solid. But I think for the postseason, I'm going to rock with the 4-man rotation. Steven pitched a little bit, struggled a little. Nothing too crazy, but he did struggle a little bit. And then looking at our actual bullpen for the whole season, Sandlin didn't pitch much, but he was really good. Same thing with Henches. Reynaldo Lopez beat potential now somehow, but a 3 ERA with a really good whip. Karen Chack, I took him out of the setup role because he had like a 5.5 ERA. Brought it down, so I'm going to keep him in the middle relief spot. Enyel De Los Santos was absolutely nasty. And then Clase also very good. And then when you look at our starters, I mean, they're gross. Like, look at the numbers that all 4 of them put up. Like, crazy good numbers. Like, that's just wild. All right, so offensively, though, we do have a couple players that we got to keep an eye on because Arias has been struggling. Gave him 90 games. Just, he's still kind of lacking behind some of the other guys. Miles Straw kind of struggled this season, but I think he's going to be more of a bench guy for us moving forward. Kevin Biggio, I forgot to mention that I did sign him in the offseason. It was just a 1-year deal. I felt like he kind of fit the whole, like he can play a couple different positions, and he was good off the bench. So I'm pretty happy with that pickup. And then Josh Bell, not a bad season, but for $16.5 million, I feel like we can use that money elsewhere. And then Tyler Freeman is just another one of those guys where I got to find a way to get him into the lineup. I just really don't know how. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, if you didn't sign Chapman, you'd have that spot. But I feel like Chapman's probably going to be pretty helpful. You know, you got Stephen Kwan with a crazy on base percentage. I can work with this. It's not too bad. J Ram put up great numbers. He was MVP. Josh Naylor also had an okay season. But again, like, I need a little bit better, right? Like, they're not bad seasons. Like, honestly, it's really not that bad of a year at all. I might be a little overcritical here. So maybe find a first baseman that hits lefties better. That might be the move. And Arias, I was kind of hoping could have been that guy, but I don't think he's going to be. You know, like Chapman hit 280 with a 350 on base percentage and a 911 OPS. So like, pretty good season. I'm just saying, you got Andres Jimenez, who also had a really good season. Bo Naylor struggled. I'm going to be honest. Bo Naylor definitely did struggle. We're going to pretend like that didn't happen, though. Brian, probably going to be our starting shortstop. That's just how things are going to be. George Valera did have a little bit of a sophomore slump, but really similar numbers from last year. So, like, I'm not too upset. And then back to Stephen Kwan. So this is what we're going to rock with the postseason. Let's see how we do. How are we going to do against the Twins? This year, we are eliminated. Did I say they have Ohtani? Hold on. Wait a second. They have Ohtani. Good Lord. What is going on? Joe Ryan, Sonny Gray, Otani, Pablo Lopez, Bailey Ober. Like, that's a good team. I think I also saw the Tigers sign somebody. Yeah, Julio Urias. Good Lord. All right, so the Central's legit. Central's legit. We lose to the Twins back-to-back years. They win back-to-back World Series. Oh, we got some work to do. We definitely got some work to do. We can't be outdone by the Twins. We just can't be. So Zunino off the bench was actually not too bad. The thing is, I think he's going to regress fairly soon. So, like, do I try to get one more year out of him? Can I squeeze one more year out of him? I'm going to try. He's been our backup catcher, mostly facing lefties. I feel like that's what is best. So we're going to rock like that. And then I think, you know what? Let's try Reynaldo Lopez one more season. We'll give him 6.5 because he was pretty good. He was pretty good in the bullpen. I feel like we could use that arm. Now, let's see what we've got going on offensively. Do I rock with this once again? Or do I try to elevate it just a little bit? Maybe try to find who could I upgrade here? Because, like, Zunino is going to be that extra bat, and we don't really have a guy that hits lefties well. And that's why I kind of feel like, yeah, Biggio was cool, but like someone like Garrett Cooper, who hits lefties as a first baseman really well, would be the best pickup. He just hits lefties really well. That's like kind of what I'm looking for. Brandon Drury's also a possibility. Christian Walker is not a bad one either. Paul Goldschmidt is regressing too much to take a chance on him. And then Pete would be cool, but like, is that what I want to do? Do I just want to like get a first baseman and then Josh Naylor's like our dog off the bench? I don't hate it. I don't hate that at all. I really don't. 3, this is what we've got. We've got the same offensive lineup. It's the same team. The only difference is Christian Walker came. I tried to get Pete Alonso. He signed, I think I offered him 5 years, 126. I think he signed 6 years, 130, something like that. It was really close to the amount of money that I offered him. It was just 1 year longer. That was literally the only difference. So this is what we got going on as a team. It's basically the same offensive team. They're going to improve, so I kind of like it. And then pitching wise, Logan Allen, Tanner Bybee, both getting shots at pitching in the team. That's really about it. I mean, the bullpen's kind of the same, rotation's kind of the same. Realistically, these two probably going to be traded at the deadline. At least one of them will be, just because we've got these two as well to like kind of look forward to. So with that in mind, I don't really know what else to do with the team. I feel like we've kind of got a good squad set up right now. Like I feel like we're looking pretty solid. I don't really want to change too much because I kind of like the young players that we have in the team. I think this is a year that, like, he had 130 at bats last year. Let's see how he does with the full season under his belt. If things don't go well, then, you know, Gabriel Arias has also had a chance to prove himself. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I don't want to rush it, but I feel like that could, you know, getting a good bat in the lineup could be really nice. I could also like just see, hold on, let me see if there's any first baseman becoming available soon. Contract, 1 year max. They're gonna need to have service time. Can I search service time? No, but I guess I'm just gonna have to search players. So Vladdy becomes a free agent this year, which I'm just saying that's a pretty good free agent to be able to pick up. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else. Not really. So I feel like that would probably be the one that we try to go after. Like I can see if there's others that'll pop up with like 1 year left on their deal. Is Mountcastle free agent soon? I mean, we could try to make something happen at the deadline, but I feel like right now Vlad makes the most sense, and I think he would be a fun addition to this team. I have had him quite a bit though, so let's see how things go. Probably gonna make a move at the deadline though. I'm gonna get Miguel Vargas from the Dodgers, and I'm gonna move him to first base. He's 6'3". We're gonna move him to first base. Christian Walker's not doing bad, but he's starting to regress. So I feel like we should probably cash in while we can. And let's add Miguel Vargas to the team. Next up, let's get rid of Savale. I think I'm just going to try to get a pitching prospect. I feel like that's probably just the best move. And let's find a team that needs pitching. And I'm going to take Kenny Pokey from you guys. He looks bad. Never mind. What about Tink Hence? I'm intrigued. Give me Tink Hence. I know Tink Hence is one of their top pitching prospects. You guys can have Savale. I want Tink Hence. And that just gives us a guy for the future. I don't have to use him right now. We'll move him up to. We'll keep him in single A. Probably should be in like double A or triple A at this point. But now we do Espino. No, we don't do Espino, but we add Espino to the team, put him in the major leagues, and we should be good. I mean, like, throw him here. Logan Allen's struggling a little bit. Outside of that, I think, Reynaldo Lopez is struggling too. I don't like that. Is he regressing? He is. All right, so unfortunately, he's not going to help us this year. We're at the deadline. We gotta start messing with the squad a little bit and making sure it's where it needs to be. So Vargas, do I full send it? Just put him at. I mean, Naylor's been really good. 234, Matt Chapman. I need you to do better. Arias. Hello. Okay. Brian hits lefties really well, so I'm gonna keep him in versus lefties, and I think I'm gonna keep this. But maybe Vargas comes in like that for now. And then depending on how Naylor finishes off the season, he's having a great year. But depending on how he finishes the year, actually, yeah, we'll leave it like this. So depending on how he finishes the year, we might have Vargas play first base. We'll see. Or he could play third base. He could play second base. We'll see how things go. Because right now, like, I feel like we're underperforming a little bit. Even though we are at the top of the division, I feel like we could be doing a little bit better. Like, we won 110 games last year. I'd like to be somewhere close. 98 and 64. I'll take it. We were close to 100 wins. We have a couple league leaders, just Class A, actually. So just one. And then awards, just Class A. All right. Kyle Tucker won MVP. Soto's with the Orioles. Acuna wins it on the other side. Noah Syndergaard with the 4 ERA as your Cy Young winner. Okay. Yeah, of course. Jacob deGrom wins it on the American League side. We got Tucker and Machado as the batting title winners. Doval and Class A relievers of the year. And then Spencer Jones and Kevin Alcantara, formerly a Cub, as the rookie of the year. Spencer Jones, 6'7" outfielder. All right. Pitching wise, let's see. Okay, yeah. All right, Logan Allen, not as good, but first, like, full season, not too worried about it. We got Sandlin, who was fantastic. Henches, who was also very good. Reynaldo Lopez struggled quite a bit. We'll see how he does. Karen Jack kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I always have trouble with Karen Jack because, like, sometimes he's really good, sometimes he's not, and it's really tough to figure it out with him. So he is a free agent. I know he's kind of like a cult hero with the Guardians, but I might just have to let him go. Enyel De Los Santos, fairly solid, and then Class A was the reliever of the year for a reason. When you look at our starters, Bybee wasn't bad. Not great, but not bad at all. Espino was quite good in 10 starts. You got Quantrill, you've got Tristan McKenzie, and then you've got Shane Bieber. Overall, very good stuff from our starters. And then looking at our lineup, I've made a couple tweaks to the squad. You've got Zunino, who again versus lefties, very, very good. You got Brian, who definitely kind of cooled off come second half of the season. I don't know what to do with our shortstop situation. I guess Matt Chapman, in hindsight, probably not the best move, but at the same time, I felt like it was something that we kind of needed just to add a little bit better of a bat that's gonna hit 30 home runs, because we just don't have a lot of those bats in the lineup. Like, Oscar Gonzalez is hitting 20, but that's really all he's doing. He's essentially just another Zunino, and even Zunino's doing a little bit better. So, like, I got to find a way to get the best out of these players, because I feel like we're not. So maybe Gonzalez, I'm liking the contact versus left and the power versus left, but I also like his contact versus right. So I would like to get him in the lineup more. I just really don't know how. Same thing with him. He deserves more chances, but, like, realistically, yeah, bringing in Miguel Vargas probably wasn't the best move, especially when Josh Naylor was like, I'm going to have a career year. So I don't know. Like, Arias is decent. That's a pretty good season. And looking at the rest of the team, Steven Kwan, I can't get rid of him. The dude's an on-base machine. It's crazy. Who had a better on-base percentage than him? Again, someone had a better on-base percentage. There's just no chance. Kyle Tucker had a 427. That's absolutely insane. That's crazy. Miguel Vargas potential went up to A. So I think he was at A before we traded for him. But he, like, the on-base percentage, 380. That's crazy. We need that. J-Ram was very good once again. Josh Naylor had a career year, like I mentioned. Chapman cooled off a little bit, but, like, at the same time, it's not that bad compared to what he did last year. I'm not too upset. Jimenez definitely cooled off. The on-base percentage went way low. Naylor improved, which is good. That's what I'm looking for. Arias improved, even though he had less at bats. And then Valera went up to A potential as well. So center field's covered. Realistically, right field's covered too. DH, third base, second base. I like the team. I think we just got to play our matchups. So I think Arias stays here. I think Freeman stays like our platoon guys. Like, just find a way to get him into the team. Like, versus lefties, we're probably looking at him shortstop. And then I want him there. Who doesn't hit lefties well? I guess we take out Straw. How can I get this team to work with like Freeman in it? I think we go. Oh, I don't think I can. Because Vargas has got to stay there. Unless I go like Vargas in lefts, Quan in center. So I go like, I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to put J-Ram in left either. So I guess I could go like that. But then I still don't have a first baseman, you know? Like, that's kind of the issue. Ooh, it's a problem. Yeah, there's no way for me to do it. So let me make sure. Like, this is what I've got. I'm just going to put Valera in just because he's got that A potential. We might as well rock with him. And then this is the team. We'll go maybe something like that. So that's the squad. Pitching rotation looks set. We're taking on the Yankees. All right, let's see what we've got going on with the Yankees here. We have a pretty decent team. Oh, yeah, pretty decent team. Pitching looks okay. All right, so here we go against the Yankees. Can we win? Okay, I was getting a little worried that we weren't going to there. Next up, versus the Rays. I feel like, who are they going to have? Let's see here. They are a Rosarena, Diaz, Ty France. That's a good pickup for them. And Austin Hendrick. Really? Okay. Let's see. Pitching-wise, McClanahan, Rasmussen. It's good. It's good. But I feel pretty good about our matchup. Do I? Let's see. Anybody struggling? Oh, Lord. Not what you want to see. Let's change this up a little bit. Let's go with what do we do here? I guess I leave it. The offense might be our issue. All right, here we go. Bieber starts us off. All right. Ooh, back-to-back wins. We can't lose this. 18-0. 18-0. That's what I'm talking about. And then, of course, Bieber closing it out, taking on the Padres with Walker Buehler. Okay, so quickly, let's take a look at the Padres in the World Series, of course. Bogarts, Azócar, Machado, Tatis, Eugenio. Okay, Mitch Garver, and Zavala. Interesting team. Buehler, Giolito, Severino. Okay, AJ Puck, too. Yeah, that's a good team. That's a really good team. So Tristan McKenzie's game 1. And then I think we just maybe something like this. Man, Tanner Bybee had a crazy outing. Okay, I think that's what I want. Yeah, Tristan McKenzie, game 1. How's everybody? Steven Kwan, I need you to wake up, man. All right, so we're home. We got to win one of them. Like that, you can't go away with like an 0-2 deficit. You can't do it. Oh, 2-0, even better. 3-0. Okay, we lose that one. Bybee, close it out. No, don't do this. There we go. We won the World Series. All right, perfect. There we go. Award J-Ram World Series MVP. Could only be him, right? Chapman and Jimenez both delivered as well. Let's take a look at the lineup really quick. Quan was bad. Vargas was okay. You know, J-Ram popped off. Naylor kind of went missing. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Yeah, the offense was hit or miss. Was hit or miss for sure. And then let's take a look at the pitching. You know, McKenzie balled out. Quantrill was really good. Bieber, Espino, even Bybee, fantastic. Logan Allen struggled. He only pitched an inning and a third, though. But outside of that, the bullpen held it down. Bullpen did exactly what we needed to do. Let's run it back for one more year. I don't think I'm going to make any changes. I feel like we've got the young talent to do it. Let's just stick with it. And I'll see you guys at the end of season 4. Unless I make like some crazy changes, then I'll show you. All right, this is the team we're running it back with. I might throw Gavin Williams in for Logan Allen. But outside of that, this is the squad. I let Quantrill go because he didn't take my original offer. I wasn't going to up it to compete with other teams. So we got the team like this. And then offensively, basically the same. I don't think I made any changes. I didn't. I brought in Elliot Ramos last year. I forgot to mention that, but he's just been chilling. He's just been chilling. I still have Kevin Biggio too, if we need to turn to him, but I feel like we don't. I feel like our team's pretty good. Like, it's pretty good. We finished the season 98-64. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. What do we got here? League leaders. That's it. No awards, really. Offensively, we did pretty well as well. No awards. Soto MVP with 50 home runs. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. Judge too. And then Chapman was in the mix with 48 home runs, which is pretty impressive. On the other side is Pete Alonso for the third time in 4 seasons. Logan Webb and Ohtani are the Cy Young winners. Anything else that is surprising? Johnny Lasagna's with the Diamondbacks, AJ Minter with the Angels, and then Rookie of the Year goes to Cole Winn along with Jordan Groshans. Okay, so this should be good to go. Gavin Williams did struggle in this role, but we committed to it. We're gonna stick with it. So he sucked. We're fine. Sandlin sucked. I didn't really have much else to turn to. I guess I did. I had Tyler Steven. Which, knowing that now, let's go with, oh man, a couple players really just stunk it up. All right, Tyler Steven. Let's go with, boy. All right, let's get rid of him. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it's, yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, so Sam Hentges was really good. I like that a lot. Eli Morgan was fantastic. Tyler Steven didn't pitch except for 1/3 of an inning. We've got Karen Chak, who continues to struggle. Just not a guy I want in my rebuilds moving forward. Enyo De Los Santos, he's the man. And then you got Clase, who blew 7 saves, which does suck, but we'll get past that. Bieber was electric. Mackenzie Gore kind of struggled a little bit this season, but the whip was in a good spot, so not terrible. Espino, Bybee, and then Logan Allen. So pitching not up to the usual standard that we had, but I committed to rocking with the younger guys in the team. So we were gonna go with it no matter what happened. Zunino still hitting lefties fairly well, so I'm pretty happy with that. Naylor was our bench first baseman, still held it down, did the job. Arias as a bench guy, definitely not used as much as he should be, but I just felt like we had better guys out on the field. You got Brian, who was only facing lefties, who was okay. I mean, he was a little bit better than usual. And then we take a look at our starters. Steven Kwan still getting on base at an elite level. Oscar Gonzalez broke out for sure. Like, just everything about it was a good season. You got J-Ram, who had a great year. Vargas probably shouldn't be in the 4 spot, to be honest. But Chapman, yeah, definitely should be with 48 home runs. Love it. And then Vargas, it's an okay season. It's an okay year. It's definitely not great, though. Jimenez was really good. We've got Naylor, who kind of struggled. We got Freeman, who I gave him a full season, and I'm pretty happy with that production. And then Valera is still kind of popping off, so I'd like to see that. I completely forgot that we had this catcher here that we could have turned to because Naylor sucks, but too late. I'm gonna rock with this for now. Do I like this team? Maybe go like that, and then break up those righties and go something like that. And then versus lefties, let's see here. We'll get him here, even though he's going to be down here. And then Gonzalez is here. And we'll go like that, I think. Yeah, I think that's going to be the move. So we are going to be facing the White Sox. Okay, interesting. Let's see, Mondesi. Okay, Jonathan India. Oscar Colas in the team. Interesting squad. Pitching-wise, this should be easy. All right, they've got Justice Sheffield, who's like a free agent in real life. So like we should. Okay, we're not gonna win, huh? Oh, we are. Okay, that's cool. We know what the Rays are bringing. They're gonna be bringing a good team. Yeah, it's a pretty decent squad. I don't know what to expect. Who's sucking it up that we can't? Yeah, way to go, Jimenez. You are garbage. Why are we so bad? What happened? I don't know. Maybe just those first 2 games was okay. Maybe a little overreaction. We did fairly well the next couple. Let's see here. Bieber starting. All right, Bieber, start us off against the Rays. Back-to-back losses. Oh, okay. But 3 in a row. All right, that's all we needed. And we're gonna be taking on the Cubs. Ooh, they got Quantrill. I saw that. So they picked up Quantrill. Horner, Harold Ramirez, Ian Happ, Morel, Danny Jansen, Seiya Suzuki. Speaking of Morel, what a crazy start to his year. Unbelievable. Holy cow. Insane. They've also got a pretty decent pitching staff as well. Like, insane what he's doing. So, Tristan McKenzie on the mound for game 1. Ooh, he is struggling. Okay. All right. Let's go. Oh boy. I guess we go like that, but oh geez. I don't like that. All right, so we've got the matchup here. We've got to show that we made the right decision, letting Quantrill go. That's a good start. That's also a great start. 3-0. You know what? Because we're running it back, I have total faith in Tanner Bybee to close it out. Like I said, we got the job done. Here we go. Awards. Only one man. J Ram once again. Oscar Gonzalez came out to play this season. Pitching wise, it wasn't as good as previous years, but it still got the job done. Bullpen, okay, better. And then offensively, I feel like once we let the guys develop, show up. I mean, J Ram with the 400 average. Matt Chapman was a great contributor, especially this last year. Jimenez, Vargas was really good. I feel like we built a really good team and like a lot of flexibility with the roster as well. Let some of those prospects develop. That's the Guardians rebuild. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And of course, get in the comment section. Let me know what team is next. That's about it. Catch you in the next one. Peace.